Hey everybody. Hello. It is early morning where I live in the UK. I've literally got up and turned my camera on, which is why I might look a little bit tired, but I thought I'm gonna film a video whilst it's quiet, even though you might have just heard someone walk down the stairs, and we can spend the morning together, even though when you watch this it might be evening time. I have a hot cup of tea, Yorkshire tea, the best tea. This is a decaf, and today we are going to go through some book series that I want to read this year. I think there is five series that I'm going to be talking about today, and these are series that I haven't started yet, so I'm not going to be talking about a series I want to finish. I'm not going to be talking about series that I've started and want to finish. I'm going to be talking about series that I haven't started at all. A few of them I probably haven't even mentioned on this channel, and there's quite a lot of books in each series, so maybe I'm delusional, thinking I want to read all these series, but I have hopes. I'm motivated. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe. I upload twice a week. Oops. And now I've got definitely a more consistent schedule. I try and upload every Sunday and Wednesday. Also, please check out my links below. Add me as a friend on Goodreads. Follow me on Instagram, especially my Bookstagram. Let's be pals. I'm using the natural light from my window in my living room. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a different location, and it's fully washing me out, but we'll just be fine with it. So yes, let's get into the series that I want to read, and I want to know if you have read any of these series. So the first series I'm going to show you that I want to read this year is the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver. So in this series we have Flawless. Let me show you. We have Flawless. And these are the new covers. The original covers are so much nicer, but it's fine. So we have Flawless. We have Heartless. this series for like 11 quid, which is insane. Like a full 5-book series, and I have heard so many good things about these books. Like they've all got pretty good reviews. I know that I've seen like ASMR Fleur's reviews on Goodreads, and she seems to like rate them, and also Hayley Jean ASMR talks about them quite a lot, so I'm gonna trust their opinions. These are Canadian cowboy romances. I think it's like small town. Is it small town? Canadian cowboy romances. I've never read a cowboy romance. I don't think I've ever read like a Canadian romance, so I'm interested. I know that each book follows a new couple, but I think they're all like interlinked. I think each book is a standalone, but the characters are like interlinked throughout, which I love series like that, romance series where we get different characters' stories in each book. And I think each book has like a different trope. I know one of them, did they have like a single dad trope, one of them? And they look, even though these are the new covers, I like how they look on my shelves. I think these will just be like really fun reads. I have no idea what each book is like actually about, like who it follows, but I'm definitely excited to get started with this series this year. So the next series, or you know, a series I also want to start this year, is A Song of Ice and Fire, which is better known as Game of Thrones by George R. Martin. I think I might be the only human being on earth that hasn't read the books or watched the series. Like, I didn't watch the series when it was out, and I haven't read any of the books. My mum and one of my sisters like has read all the books, and all the books are out, and also like watched the series, and they absolutely loved it. But I don't know, like up until recently I wasn't really bothered about it, but now like I've just got the urge to wanna read the books, and then maybe afterwards I will watch the series. I know that it's meant to be like a 7 installment book series, but there's only 5 out at the moment. He's been writing like the next book for literally like 12 years or something. Will we ever get it? I don't know, like that's the thing that I'm a bit like, because what if we never get like the end of the series? What if it's like an incomplete series? Because I know the TV show, that ending is different to how the books like are meant to end, so I don't know. And you know what? I've actually got no idea what Game of Thrones is even about. That's how like out of the know I am with it. I don't know any spoilers, so please do not tell me. I don't know half of series that I want to read. I know the books are like pretty big. I think like the one that he's writing at the moment is meant to like be like 1,500 pages, and he's written 1,000 pages, but he doesn't know what to do with the last like 500. That's like a serious case of writer's block. But yes, I am gonna start and hopefully finish A Game of Thrones. Another series, the next series I want to read is From Blood and Ash. So this is the Blood and Ash series by Jennifer Armentrout. I don't know how you say that. Like, these are hugely popular on like BookTok and Bookstagram, and I think the series is like pretty big. I don't think it's completed yet, but I know there's like, is there already like 6 or 7 books? And I have the first book, which is For Blood and Ash, and I also have the second book, which is A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I think these are independently published. I managed to pick these up in Waterstones. They had the first 2 in. They're like stocking more independently published books at the moment, which is great, even though they are a little bit more expensive than like regularly published novels, but it's fine. They're quite big, like obviously, you know, when they're published independently, they're like a lot taller than normal, like regularly published books, but they are quite thick. So it is gonna be like a hefty series to get through, but I've heard so many good things. It is quite daunting though, like starting a series with so many installments already. But I will read you the back of the first book. A maiden, chosen from birth to usher in a new era. Poppy's life has never been her own. The life of the maiden is solitary. Never to be touched, never to be looked upon, never to be spoken to, never to experience pleasure. Waiting for the day of her ascension, she would rather be with the guards, fighting back the evil that took her family, than preparing to be found worthy by the gods. But the choice has never been hers. A duty. The entire kingdom's future rests on Poppy's shoulders, something she's not even quite sure she wants for herself. Because a maiden has a heart and a soul and longing, and when Hawk, a golden-eyed guard, honour bound to ensure her ascension, enters her life, destiny and duty become tangled with desire and need. He incites her anger, makes her question everything she believes in, and tempts her with the forbidden. A kingdom, forsaken by the gods and feared by mortals, a fallen kingdom is rising once more, determined to take back what they believe is theirs through violence and vengeance. And as the shadow of those cursed draws closer, the line between what is forbidden and what is right becomes blurred. Poppy is not only on the verge of losing her heart and being found unworthy by the gods, but also her life when every blood-soaked thread that holds her world together begins to unravel. So yeah, I hear good things about these books. I believe they are spicy as well, which is right up my street. I love a spicy fantasy. So I am going to definitely delve into this world at some point this year. So another series that, a very popular series that I want to read this year, haven't started, don't own the books yet, is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. Again, one of the only people probably who hasn't read it yet. I have read all Sarah J Maas, I have read ACOTAR, and I have read Crescent City. I'm currently reading A House of Flame and Shadow as I film this. I'll have probably finished it by the time this is uploaded, because I'm kind of like recording loads at the moment for the future, so by the time that you see this I will have probably finished like all the current Crescent Cities that are out. But I have not read Throne of Glass yet, but I definitely want to read it this year. I own like ACOTAR and Crescent City, all of them in hardback, so I really want to get Throne of Glass in hardback just to like have like so they match. But I know that like the books get thicker. I think one of the books is like 950 pages, and hardbacks are like big hardbacks like that. They're like so hard to read because they're so heavy. Like I genuinely get like wrist ache from like holding big hardbacks. I definitely prefer reading like paperbacks, like the feel of them. But hardbacks, they like are just prettier, aren't they? If I had all the other like ACOTAR and Crescent City in paperback, then I wouldn't mind having Throne of Glass in paperback, but because I don't, like I feel like I need them in hardback. And they're like a lot more expensive in hardback because there is a bit of an investment, but I am really wanting to start the series, so I am in the next couple of months just going to buy them. I've said to my boyfriend, like, because we get each other's like Mother's Days and Father's Days presents, I said, do you want, like, if you want to put some money towards those, that would be very well received. You know what, I can't even tell you what Throne of Glass is about because I have no idea. I think it's like, the main character, is she an assassin? Is it something like that? It's a fantasy series anyway, in like the Sarah J Maas multiverse. And I wanna know what happens, so I'm gonna read all the books I think in Crescent City and stuff. There's like little Easter eggs of like things that happen in Throne of Glass that obviously I'm completely clueless to. So I wanna know like what they are. So yes, I am going to start Throne of Glass and just like continue it throughout the year. I think because that series is so big, is there like 8 in the series maybe? I'll probably not read it like in one, like continuously. I'll kind of like read one book and then have a little break and read another book. So yes, Throne of Glass is on my list this year. The final series that I'm going to talk about is a Cassandra Clare series. So I haven't read nothing by Cassandra Clare. I own her like newest adult novel, which is the start of a series. I can't even remember what it's called. I don't know why I didn't bring it to show you, but that's not the series that I want to like read or start. I do want to read some of her older series, and I think I'm going to start with The Inferno Devices, which is a trilogy, and it is a prequel to, I think it's called The Mortal Instruments. So I think The Infernal Devices is a good place to start. Again, not entirely like in the know about what these are about. I believe it involves Shadowhunters, and I know there's like mythical creatures in like vampires, and I think this girl's like looking for her brother. So it sounds like the covers look really like steampunky, which looks cool, but I know there's loads of like different mythical creatures Creatures In, which is definitely like up my street. And it's only like a trilogy, so I think that's like a nice place to start because her other books I feel like are longer other series. And I remember her being so popular, like when I was in high school, like growing up, like she was a really, really popular author. But I never read any of her books, so I'm gonna hopefully dive in to one of her series and see what her writing is like this year. There are obviously other series that I want to read this year, like I've shown in my book hauls. I've shown in my book hauls like other series that I've bought and I want to read them